What if archetypes Bionicles? I mean Bionics, sorry. Yeah. It's another archetype from Yugioh Unleashed. You know the drill by now. Let's go.
I love this. Just have a great cup of tea.
He's just gonna get slowly more and more British and eventually come full circle and become American. Wait, wouldn't that be the other way around? That's just... There's even a B on his cup for British.
Video. You guys know how this works at this point.
That's what I said.
Today we're doing the Bionic archetype. The Bionic archetype is a Dark Warrior deck. Originally a Synchro deck, it's further upgraded with XC support by Minus. The deck itself doesn't really have much of a gimmick, but it does focus around a Synchro monster, Technopath the Bionic upgrade, who is able to equip itself from
it's like a dinosaur. I don't understand how this is a warrior, but whatever.
While the deck itself doesn't really have a unique gimmick, I did come up with a pretty interesting lore for the archetype.
Oh?
Which I will explain right now.
Within
the world of the archetype's existence exists the Technopaths. The Technopaths are an alien race that consist mostly of DNA.
Okay.
Living DNA. They have the ability to mutate the body parts of organic beings, allowing them to swap them around like bionics.
Interesting.
If any of you have heard about the Mega Man Legends series, they essentially have the ability to turn people into carbons.
I've heard about that stuff.
Organic.
Some of the lore, you know.
Anyway,
never played it, but I know the lore and stuff.
Match organic beings in order to create these hybrid abominations. One of their favorite things to do is invade planets to gather specimens.
That's not very nice.
Further experiment on to create their quote masterpieces.
Ew.
To
Dang
their
hybrids.
test subjects, this is torture, but to them, it is a
Looks like it's a mix of
art.
Stinkfly from Ben 10.
A pretty morbid origin story, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
But even so, let's just get into the archetype. I'm S-Code Knight, and this is
Turning living things into art. Ugh. Monsters. Splixin, the Bionic Copycat. It's a dark level 1. Neat. Cat Girl. It's a warrior tuner effect monster with 100 attack and 300 defense. We assume they're all warriors unless I say otherwise. If you control a Synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can target one other Bionic monster you control that has a level. This card is level, becomes the same as that monster's until the end of the turn. This card cannot be used for a Synchro summon the turn you activate this effect. You can only use this effect once per turn. Interesting, so if you got a Synchro monster in the field, you can special summon it, and also you can have this card's level become the same as the Synchro's level, and with that you probably most likely use it for an XZ summon, given how we mentioned that it goes into with some XZ support. Although the cost is you can't Synchro summon that turn, so you know, Ultimaya Zulkin. Wait, could you Ultimaya? I think you could actually, but regardless, you could freaking Underworld Bish Bulk and whatever. Anyway, it's pretty good. Gotta add in there. Buzzer the Bionic Mutant, a level 2 dark. 900 attack, 650 defense. If you would take damage from battle or a card effect, and you control a Bionic monster, you can discard from your hand. Assume that means discard this card from your hand. Reduce the damage to 0. If your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a Bionic monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate that effect. You can only use each effect to Buzzer the Bionic Mutant once per turn. So if you wouldn't take any damage of any kind, it's a Karibo, which is nice. And if your opponent activates the effect, you can just negate it by banishing this thing, which is good, so this thing is definitely worth playing. Register, the Bionic Hacker, level 3 dark. I'm assuming they're all darks. 650 attack, 900 defense, because this game hates you. You can pay 1,000 life points. Equip this card from your hand to one face-up Bionic monster you control, and if you do, its attack is doubled. You can banish this card from your GUI, special summon one Bionic monster from your GUI. You can only use each effective register the Bionic Hacker once per turn. Super handy little bite. The Bionics like to equip cards to them, and giving a monster double attack is always nice. Unless it's already got like a low attack, like, oh boy, I get to have my Karibo get to 600 attack. Woo! And of course, the Monster Reborn-like effect is always nice. So yeah, this thing's definitely played. Oops. I hate when I do that. Accelerating the Bionic Blur, level 3. For the record, if you don't like how if I'm pronouncing these things wrong, these are imaginary cards. So guess what? There is no right way to say them. It's a tuner monster with 900 attack and 400 defense. If you control no monsters or all monsters you control are bionic monsters, you can throw summon this card from your hand. Simple, straightforward, to the point, but hey, it's an once per turn clause, so you can throw summon this card as many times as you want if you have a bionic. If you have 3 of these things in hand, you're summoning 3 of these fuckers. And then you can go into the overlay network to exceed some rank 2 or 3, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty good card just for that alone. Sometimes summon spamming is all you need. Make a decode talker. Pyrus, the Bionic Flame, at level 4. It's got 1500 attack and 900 defense. When this monster is summoned, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Also, add 1 Bionic card from your deck to your hand. So this thing gets to burn, and I get to search a card. Do I even need to explain why you play this? No, didn't think so. Good. Next. Globby, the Bionic Slime, level 4. It is also a tuner monster with 1800 attack and 1000 defense. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card. Supposed to summon 1 Globby token to your field. It's a level 4 Dark Aqua type monster with 900 attack and 500 defense. So half of this thing. It's weird how it's an Aqua when this thing's a warrior, but whatever. Maybe it meant like water attribute or something like that. Whatever. No, wait, no, it's because it's dark already. This token cannot be used for a tribute summon. It's a synchro archetype. I wasn't going to, and you can't exceed someone with a token. So yeah. Obvious, sub it is obvious. Flirchin, the Bionic Wimp. That's not very nice. It's level 4. Ugh. It's got the weird face. How is this thing a warrior? It's got 100 attack and defense. Once per turn, destroy this card. If you do, destroy 1 face-up monster in the field. It's an exile force, except it destroys instead of, well, actually, exile force still only attributes itself, but still. If this card is not destroyed, take damage equal to its attack. Oh no. If that card is not destroyed, you take damage equal to its attack. Oh no, I take 100 damage. Actually, no, because if the card's not destroyed, I'm taking damage equal to that monster's attack point. So fuck that, I'm just gonna play Raigeki. Why would I play this? This thing isn't even a tuner. Bad. Manu, the Bionic Brawler, level 4. If you control no monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Oh, so I guess it was a level 5 actually then. It's got 2100 attack and 400 defense. It's okay. It's alright, it's one of. This thing's level 5 too. Philomen, the Bionic Thorns. 2000 attack, 700 defense. If there is a Bionic monster in your GUI with a lower level than this card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Given how most of the Bionics are pretty low levels, that's not a very hard thing to do. Once per turn, you can target 1 Bionic monster in your GUI, and if you do, increase this card's level by that hit monsters. So it also increases level, and given that it's a synchro archetype as well as a disease one, that could come in pretty handy. And it could be the same when you target that you just used to be able to summon this thing in the first place. So nice! Now the extra deck. Technopath, the Bionic Upgrade. It's a level 7 monster. It takes 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. It's got 2400 attack and 1900 defense. When this monster is summoned, inflicts 700 points of damage to your opponent. A burn effect, that's pretty okay. Once per turn, you can special summon a Bionic monster. Once per turn, if you special summon a Bionic monster, you can equip this card from your GUI to that monster. The equipped monster gains 1200 attack. Also, you can send this card from your field to the graveyard when your opponent's monsters conduct an attack, and if you do, negate the attack. So this thing on summon does a pretty okay amount of burn damage, and if you summon a Bionic monster, you can equip this card to it from the grave, and it gives it a nice power boost. And your opponent's attack, you can send this thing to the graveyard, negate the attack. Handy little bugger. I'd say it's worth running. Triassic, the Bionic Giant, is a level 8. Takes 1 Bionic Tuner plus 1 non-turner. No Jones Turner allowed. Got 2900 attack and 2100 defense. Once per turn, you can banish up to 2 bionic monsters from your GY. Destroy that many cards your opponent controls. It's a pretty good field nuke, so it's handy. I don't think it's the best card ever made, but it's certainly something that'll, you know, threaten them. Automanite, the Bionic Warhead. It's a rank 8 monster. It takes 2 level 8 monsters. It's got 3000 attack and 2900 defense. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Sheesh, that's pretty handy. If you do, this card gains 500 attack for each monster destroyed with this effect. Even better. Your opponent cannot navigate the destruction of their monsters over there the turn you activate this effect. So once per turn, you can detach a material, nuke your opponent's board, gain 500 attack per monster, and they can't chain in response to it. And they can't even look at where they're going. Ooh. This thing is the boss of the archetype. Well, it's not the boss of the archetype, it is a boss of the archetype, for sure, and for good reason. Chaos Exceeds Titanica, the Bionic Titan. Oh god, it's tightening. Look out, it's clenching! It's a rank 9. Got the little barrier marker in its chest, I didn't notice that. Takes 6 level 9 monsters, which is plausible because there are 6 monster zones. Actually, given this takes place in Arc 5, no there isn't. 5000 attack and defense. Must be exceed summoned and cannot be special summoned through other ways, or, you know, rank up magic. This monster's effect cannot be negated. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls. Negate that target's effects, and if you do, this card gains attack equal. This card gains that target's effects until the end of the turn. Very good. Stealing effects and making them my own. Though it would vary depending on the effect. If you're taking like a superconductor Tyranno's effect, very good. If you're taking like a miscellaneous source, it's like, okay, ow, you know. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Destroy all monsters. No, wait. Detach 1 material from this card. Discard all monsters your opponent controls. Lose 500 attack equal to the number of cards in their GY times 500. Also, this card gains that lost attack. So instead of doing the field nuke, it's just making your opponent's monsters losing attack equal to their amount of monsters in the graveyard, and you gain attack points based on that amount. Which, you know, could come in handy, but it could also be kind of like, I'd rather just nuke the board. But then again, everything floats nowadays, so, and it's indestructible to everything, so, you know, sometimes it's better just, like, make them weaker while make yourself stronger and kill them before they can kill you. So, yeah. It's the boss of the archetype. I think its downgrade form is better, but this thing is easily in a close second. Spells and traps. Bionic Infection, quick play spell. Brofists. Activate only during your turn. Negate any spell or trap card your opponent activates. You must control a Bionic monster in order to negate and activate this effect. It's a counter trap. It's printed on a quick play spell. Play it. Bionic Construction. I think that's an equip spell or a field spell. Yeah, I think it's a field spell. Let's forget the logos. Special summon 1 Bionic monster from your graveyard. Equip it to this. Okay, no, it's a equip spell. My mistake. Special summon 1 Bionic monster from your graveyard. Equip it to this card. If the equipped monster is sent to the GY, draw 1 card. It's a monster reborn that can also draw a card. I don't need to explain. Bionic Rebellion, normal spell. Rebel! Special summon 1 Bionic monster from your hand or deck, but destroy it during the end phase. It's not once per turn, I don't need to explain. Bionic Awakening, continuous trap. Ugh, I woke up! Once per turn, special summon 1 Bionic monster from your GY. Don't need to explain why that's good. Bionic Implant, normal trap. If you control a Bionic monster that was special summoned from your extra deck, equip 1 Technopath, the Bionic upgrade from your GY or extra deck to that monster, which is the main playmaker of this archetype, given the fact that Technopath just decides everything. So this is a must-have 3 of if you're playing Technopath, obviously. Bionic Failsafe, normal trap. Time for the failsafe. I'm going to claw your eyes out. Target one bionic monster you control. It cannot be destroyed this turn. Also draw one card. I'll banish it then. It's good protection. And draw power.
And with that said and done, that is another What If Archetype video.
Done.
Well, need I say more? Regardless, before we end this up, I would like to say a special thanks to Dookie Dark Wolf.
Yeah, you got it.
Sorry if I butcher that name, but regardless, he has his fair share of Yu-Gi-Oh! Series he does on his own, but he also does some AMVs of other people's Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. And a while back, he did one of the duel between Yugioh, Minus, and Draco Greendale. It's a really cool AMV.
I should check it out in my own time when I'm done with this.
Thank you so much for giving my channel some attention. It's actually one of the first
he beat me to it.
AMVs that have been released. And again, thank you so much, dude, for giving my channel some attention. And sorry it took this long to shout you out. Regardless, I'm Escode Knight, and I'll see you for the next What If Archetype video, where we're doing the Liquid
It's an archetype that
Lead
exists, in my
archetype.
opinion. The Bionicles are pretty cool. Not my favorite archetypes, but they're pretty neat, you know. They exist. They're pretty cool. Well, actually, they don't exist, but that's beside the point. Only 2 more to go, and then we can start Science and Magic, everybody, which is what you guys actually care about, so you know. But hey, I like these. These are cool.